Rain-slicked streets mirrored the neon glow, but the light felt wrong, broken, alive, as if it was watching me. I hadn't expected a call tonight, or a message, or anything, yet my phone vibrated once. A single pulse that seemed to echo through my chest. The text was simple, terrifying in its precision. Find me before the clock strikes midnight, or lose everything. No name, no clue, just the words burning into my mind. My fingers froze, and I felt the chill crawl up my spine. The city hummed around me, but the hum was hollow, echoing a danger I could not yet name. I ran my hands along the slick walls of the alley, trying to understand who knew me, truly knew me, well enough to threaten me this way. Then I saw it, a shadow moving with deliberate patience at the far end, too quick to be human, too familiar to be stranger. My breath caught. I wanted to turn away. I wanted to pretend I hadn't seen it. But something older than fear, older than logic, pulled me forward. Every step toward that shadow tightened the air around me. Every heartbeat reminded me of the man I loved and the secret he carried. The secret that could kill, or save, or destroy everything I thought I knew about life and love. And I realized in that moment that the night itself had become a trap. I had stepped inside it willingly, and it would not let me leave unchanged. The shadow didn't move like a person. It lingered at the corner of my vision, shifting with the streetlight, fading while I tried to focus. My pulse pounded like a drum, each beat spelling warning. Something was coming. Something I could not yet name, but would change everything. And then I heard his voice, a whisper that made the hair on my arms rise. Avery, not calling me gently, not lovingly, but testing me, daring me. My heart stuttered. That voice belonged to the man I had loved and feared, the man I thought lost. And yet here, haunting the edges of the city like a memory I could not escape. I ran, as instinct demanded, but the alley twisted, impossible in its shape, like the city itself had bent to trap me. Behind me, footsteps echoed, deliberate, careful, but too synchronized with my own heartbeat to be coincidence. I risked a glance. The shadow had moved closer, closer, until the air around it seemed to shimmer, almost alive. Then he appeared fully, not just a shadow, but riven, tall, dangerous, eyes gleaming with a secret I was only beginning to understand. He held something small in his hand, a locket, silver, catching the streetlight just enough to make it look like fire. My name was whispered again, softer this time. Find the truth, or lose her forever. I froze. Who was the message really about? And in that instant, I realized this night was not just about fear or threat. It was about love, betrayal, and a game I had unknowingly stepped into. Every instinct screamed to run, but every part of me burned to follow. The shadow, the locket, the words they called me. And I understood. To survive this night, I could not hide. I had to step further into the darkness, into the secrets that Riven had set in motion. I followed the alley as it narrowed, the shadows pressing close, whispering secrets I wasn't sure I wanted to hear. Every step brought the city further behind me, and closer, somehow, to the truth I had been running for my entire life. Riven stayed just ahead, the silver locket swinging lightly in his hand. His eyes held a storm I couldn't read, desire, warning, something darker. Avery, he said, voice low, almost a growl. Do you know why I called you here? I shook my head, but fear wasn't my only companion. Curiosity burned hotter than panic, and my heart, maddeningly, betrayed me. It had always betrayed me. Love and danger had always come together for us, and I felt both now, twisting through my veins. He stopped beneath a flickering lamppost. The light painted his face with fleeting warmth, then left it cold again. In his palm, the locket opened with a quiet click. Inside was a photo I never wanted to see, or rather, someone who looked like me, smiling, unaware, innocent. And beneath it, a note scrawled in the same handwriting as the text that had brought me here. Time is shorter than you think. Trust no one, not even yourself. The alley seemed to close in. The walls whispered. The rain stuttered against the pavement, and somewhere in the distance, I thought I heard her voice, a voice I could not place, crying, laughing, warning me. Riven stepped closer, his presence a tether I could not resist. "Every choice," he said, "has a shadow, and every shadow hides a truth. Will you follow it or run?" I didn't answer. I couldn't. And in that silence, I realized that my life had already been claimed by the night, and by a love that was as dangerous as it was undeniable. Riven led me through streets that no longer felt familiar, alleys folding like paper, shadows moving with a life of their own. Every step throbbed with anticipation and fear. I wanted to turn back, to flee into the ordinary, but something deeper than courage pulled me forward. Then I saw it, a mansion rising from the mist like a memory I couldn't name. Its windows gleamed with a cold light, reflecting more than the night, reflecting me, my past, and something I didn't yet understand about love. The front door opened silently, as if expecting me, as if it had been waiting for my footsteps to break the threshold. Inside, the air smelled of rain, old wood, and secrets that refused to die. Mirrors lined the halls, not simply reflecting me, but twisting my reflection into impossible shapes, shadows of myself I didn't recognize. Every corridor whispered promises and threats at once. I could feel the mansion watching, alive, breathing, and testing me. Riven stopped in front of a large mirror, his hand resting lightly against its surface. "Do you see her?" he asked, voice low, almost reverent. I shook my head. "Look closer," he whispered, and in that glass, my eyes met another pair, familiar, fragile, yet hauntingly alive. A woman who could have been me, but wasn't. The air grew heavier. My chest tightened. Love, fear, desire, they all tangled together like lightning about to strike. Riven stepped closer, his shadow merging with mine, and whispered, "Everything you've loved, everything you've feared begins here. Will you follow it all the way, or turn back and lose it forever?" I swallowed hard. I didn't answer, because I knew that whatever awaited inside that mansion, whatever secrets waited in those mirrors, my life and my heart would never be the same. The mansion's halls seemed endless, twisting around me, each door hiding whispers of the past. I felt Riven's presence behind me, close, protective, yet impossible to read. His hand brushed mine, a spark of heat, a warning, a promise all at once. "Someone is watching," he murmured. I didn't need him to say it. I felt the air thicken, the walls pulse, and the mirrors tremble as if breathing. Every reflection showed fragments of lives I hadn't lived, moments I hadn't seen, and yet they felt real, like warnings written just for me. We came to a room at the end of a dark corridor. Candles flickered, though no one had lit them. On the floor lay a single photograph, a man and a woman, smiling, their hands entwined. My hand shook as I picked it up. The woman's eyes, they were mine. Almost. Not quite, but the resemblance burned through my soul. Riven took the photo gently from my fingers. "She loved him," he said, voice low, "and she disappeared. Some doors should never open. Some hearts should never trust." His eyes met mine, storm and tenderness colliding. "But you don't get a choice." A sudden sound froze me, a whisper in the shadows, soft, urgent, my name, but not his voice. Someone else. Someone alive. My pulse hammered. My instinct screamed danger. I wanted to run, but my feet would not obey. Love and fear twisted together, and I realized that following Riven meant risking everything. Yet stepping away meant losing everything I had ever wanted. The candles flickered again, and a shadow moved across the far wall, deliberate, patient, alive. Riven's grip tightened on my wrist. "The choice isn't yours alone," he said. "It's the house's, and it decides in shadows." I swallowed hard. I'd stepped into a trap, and yet I cannot turn back. The shadows stretched along the walls, twisting with intent. I could hear my own heartbeat echoing through the mansion. But there was another rhythm, too, deliberate, measured, watching. Riven's hand remained on mine, tight, grounding, warning, but I could feel the tremor of fear beneath his calm exterior. Then the mirrors began to change. Reflections no longer mirrored reality. They moved differently, showing moments that hadn't happened, a smile that would break my heart, a choice I hadn't made, a secret I hadn't known. And in the largest mirror, I saw her. Not a reflection, not me. A woman standing behind me, silver-eyed, silent, and impossible. I froze. The air thickened. My breath caught. Riven whispered, almost reverently, "She was here before you, and she left pieces of herself behind. Some love doesn't die. It waits." Suddenly, a hidden panel slid open, revealing a room bathed in faint, flickering light. Papers, photographs, and letters were scattered everywhere. I stepped closer, and a single note burned its warning into my memory. "Trust no one. Love can destroy, and desire can deceive. Watch your heart before it's too late." Riven's eyes searched mine, a mixture of fear and longing. "Everything you've loved," he said softly, "everything you believe about me, will change in the next moments. You'll have to decide if love is stronger than the danger." And then I understood. The house, the shadows, the mysterious woman, and Riven himself. None of it was ordinary. The love I felt was real, yes, but had a cost. And the game had only just begun. I swallowed hard. My pulse raced. And in that instant, I realized that stepping further into the mansion was not a choice. It was survival. And to survive, I would have to confront everything I feared and everything I desired. The silver-eyed woman stepped fully into the light. The ghost of love passed, and the key to the trap I hadn't known I was in. Her gaze met mine, and in it I saw warning, sorrow, and a fierce, dangerous knowledge. Riven's grip tightened on my wrist. "She chose to stay hidden," he said, "but now she cannot let you leave. Not without the truth." My heart hammered. Every instinct screamed, "Run." Every memory pulled me closer. Love and danger collided in a fire I could not extinguish. The woman extended her hand, revealing a small, intricately carved box. Inside was a single object, a ring, silver and dark, humming with a strange energy. "This," she said, voice trembling, "is the key to everything you've ever wanted, and everything you feared. Choose wisely, Avery." I reached for it, hands shaking, mind racing. Riven's eyes searched mine, pleading, warning, loving. "Trust me," he whispered, but the woman shook her head. "Trust no one," she said, "not even him." Lightning cracked outside, illuminating the mansion in stark, brief flashes. Shadows danced, and the walls seemed to pulse with the heartbeat of the house itself. Time slowed. Every moment stretched to eternity. Every choice felt like the last I would ever make. I made my choice. I took the ring. A surge of light and heat filled the room. The shadows screamed. The mansion trembled. Riven's hand released mine, and for a heartbeat, we were suspended between destruction and freedom. And then the world shifted. The mansion collapsed into itself, leaving only mist and memory. The silver-eyed woman vanished, leaving me standing alone on the cliff's edge. Riven's figure appeared beside me, battered, human real. He reached for my hand, and I took it. "I don't know what comes next," he said, voice trembling, "but I know we survived." I smiled, feeling the weight of fear and love dissolve into the night. Then we stepped forward, I whispered, beyond the shadows, beyond the ordinary. The wind carried the echoes of what had been lost, what had been found, and what we had chosen to survive together. And as the first light of dawn kissed the horizon, I understood one truth. Some loves are dangerous. Some loves are fleeting. But the ones worth keeping are worth every shadow walked, every risk taken, every secret faced. Some shadows never fade, and some secrets wait beyond the light. Step carefully, for the next truth is already watching. Will you dare to follow it?